Peace. This is your brother Jamal Brown, aka Mr. Black365, founder and creator of the Black365 calendar, as well as the nation's fastest selling Black History cards, found at blackhistorycards.com. Blackhistorycards.com. You may have heard about it, may know someone, may have seen it somewhere on social media, but we are the home, blackhistorycards.com, of these amazing cards that you see here. Full color, full facts. These ones have quotations on the back of them. These ones have bullet points on the back of them that share tremendous information. And today, again, wanted to talk about these two gentlemen here. They share the same birthday. April 5th is the birthday of Mr. Robert Smalls, as well as Booker T. Washington. We'll get started with Robert Smalls. Brother, nothing short of amazing, nothing short of prolific. Growing up, he was known as being a tremendous leader, a great orator, had the ability to navigate and knew how to operate ships. And for that reason, he was hired. Although he was enslaved, he was given funds for working on a ship known as the Planter. This just wasn't any old ship, though. This was a Confederate Navy warship that he was able to work on. He knew that the Confederate Navy servicemen were going to have some type of gathering or gala on the date of May 13th, 1862. And so he had sent word ahead of time to some of his close friends, meet me by the river. They didn't know how, didn't know why, but they knew he was up to something. What the brother did, again, nothing short of prolific, nothing short of amazing. The brother hijacked the ship, y'all. He hijacked the ship. Took the Navy ship right under the noses of the Confederate soldiers, navigated the ship 2 o'clock in the morning through the river, through the winding river. He had to pass 5 Confederate forts. And at those forts, he had to give the secret signal to the forts so that they wouldn't fire upon the ship, or they didn't know if it was perhaps a Union ship or what have you. The brother navigated, picked up his family, picked up his kids, picked up his wife, picked up some of his friends, navigated, gave the secret signals, and delivered the ship in the morning on the open ocean to the Union Navy that was awaiting. They were about to fire upon him, but he raised the white flag and delivered the ship to the Union. This was a scene, as you can imagine, that produced tremendous embarrassment to the Confederate. It was a tremendous victory for the Union. For his remarkable feats, they gave him the salary, gave him a prize of $1,500. He used those funds to purchase his freedom, purchase the freedom of his children and his wife. The brother didn't stop there. His act convinced the Union to allow black men to begin to fight in the Union for, again, the freedom of other enslaved Africans. Before that, the thought was that African-American men weren't intelligent enough. But this act, among some other acts, again, encouraged the Union to allow black men to begin fighting in the Union. Brother started doing some speaking tours all throughout the North, talking about the horrors of enslavement. He didn't stop there. He went on to become a South Carolina assemblyman and also work in the Senate. Didn't stop there. The brother opened up some shops, founded a newspaper, opened a school for free black children. The brother didn't stop there. One of the most gangster things he did, in my opinion, he purchased the home that he was formerly enslaved in. That's some slick stuff right there. The brother was born and enslaved in this particular house, did all these things, got some funds, and brought the house and lived in the house until he eventually passed away. Brother Robert Smalls. Next up, we have Booker T. Washington. In light of the recent film, Self-Made, we saw the brother being discussed and portrayed in a way that just really didn't make any sense. He was on some like patriarchal, misogynistic type weird stuff. That's not who Booker T. Washington was. Who he was a gentleman who was born and enslaved. You can find out more about him in his autobiography, Up From Slavery, the autobiography of Booker T. Washington. 3 books sit on top of my bookshelf, which is right behind the camera. This is one of the books that sit on top. I'll probably do a video about the other 2 books and why they sit on top of the bookshelf. But Booker T. Washington, born and enslaved, one of the most practical leaders that this country has ever had. We could use his type of leadership right now. The brother essentially said, you or somebody you know should be in charge of all the things that your community needs. You should manufacture, have the skills, have the abilities to manufacture and create and provide for your community anything and everything that your community needs. You shouldn't have to depend on anyone else to provide you with what you need to sustain life, is what Booker T. Washington was all about. While there was others like Du Bois and others who argued that we need to go to college and have a talented 10th, and only through intellectualism and scholastic achievements could we achieve greatness, Booker T. Washington was like, nah, y'all can have all that, but you need to know how to plant a seed and get something that is produced from it that will feed your people. You need to know how to develop, again, plants and develop structures and develop businesses and develop institutions that sustain our community. Really, really practical leader, tremendous, tremendous leader. I'm going to finish this book today. This book right here, Death in 60 Days, Death in 60 Days, by an African-American nurse by the name of Paulette Horton. She, in this book, has the hypothesis and goes through the scientific methods of discovering and proving the fact that Booker T. Washington was assassinated. Some people think he died of natural causes, died of, some say, a nervous breakdown. Not true. Some say characteristics of the race. That's what some officials say. That doesn't make any sense. Some say high blood pressure. That too wasn't true. What she does through modern technology, through modern medicine, looks at his medical records and looks at a whole bunch of other things regarding his death. And again, Death in 60 Days, where she breaks down a hypothesis that she has that Booker T. Washington was assassinated. But anyway, back to Booker T. Washington, tremendous, tremendous brother. One way that we can honor him is by reading more about him. Again, a good place to start is in the autobiography of his known as Up From Slavery. Again, we discuss him in Black History Cards Edition 2. We discuss Robert Small's Black History Cards Edition 1. I'll read to you this quotation on the back of this card here by Booker T. Washington. It says, "Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome while trying to succeed." Booker T. Washington, brother with tremendous wisdom, underrated, undervalued, understudied, someone that we should, again, honor through studying him. April 5th is his birthday, as well as the birthday of Robert Smalls. Again, check them out in blackhistorycards.com, and we'll be at you soon with some more Black History facts. Peace.